Power. According to the Holy Scriptures, according to the Old and New Testament, the Most High Bahasham promised us that we would receive power over the nations and we would receive power in general. Power.
Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Power.
But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Rawchaa, Yahawashi, Rawchaa, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Yahawashi.
All right, shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. We want to give all praises to Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, led me to this truth. I've been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, is be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. Took the water for anybody who comes across the comment board. Yahabashim outside Brakathon. All you sincere believers out there. I wanted to get into a lesson, concerning articles going on in the news. But, I like to have at least 5 to 8 articles, and I had maybe about 4, so I'm going to wait to see what the Lord's going to do throughout the day. As I go to the plantation, I'll get back and do something tonight, Lord willing. But it was something that I came across last night that I wanted to come do a video on concerning this new movie that they came out with 3 days ago. And, I was just looking through Netflix and movies to watch, and I seen this pop up. And, the Lord put the spirit on me to go ahead and kind of put some precepts on it on my children's channel. So I took this down as well. But, it's some edifying things that I got out of it going into it. So, basically, this is their new Spy Kids movie called Armageddon. Okay? And basically the title is These Devils Know the End is Here. So let me change this a little bit. Misspell. Alright. So I'm gonna just get into this. I ain't gonna make it too long. And Lord willing, I'll be able to come do another lesson tonight concerning what's going on in the news. There are some things that are going on, but I know there'll be more things throughout the day. After I go to the plantation, I gotta be there at 5. So we'll go ahead and get into this. Lord willing, to edifying to the flock. So we're gonna get over here this new movie called Spy Kids Armageddon. They just dropped it 3 days ago, September 22nd, 2023. Now this is just to show you that, like I was saying in that last video I did, the Lord uses these movies and things basically to send signals to the elect of the things that are happening to the men, women, and children of the elect. You got the 144,000 elect mighty men, then you have the honorable multitude, which consists of men, women, and children, but mostly women and children. And the Lord also warns the children of the elect. Okay, He's warning them as well, and also condemning 2/3 of the children who do not want to take heed, and they still want to be, a part of this world, part of America, Babylon the Great. So we see right here, this came out then. Well, let's see when the last one came out. Type it in. It was a long time ago from what I know. The last one came out and I guess they had a whole bunch of other ones, but I just wanted to, 2001. So 20 years ago, 22 something years ago, they made the first one. And now they done, to that point from now, they have shown you they have gotten to this final Armageddon, this final battle. And we know that word Armageddon is in the scriptures, okay? And I want to tie in some precepts concerning this movie and kind of break it down a little bit. But first we're gonna start with okay, so in the movie, the son, the kid, the child or whatever, he finds this spy book, and the first rule of the spy book is basically, if you're a spy, to never tell the truth. Okay, and that goes back to the scriptures. It shows that these devils, they're like spies. Okay, what do? They search out Jake with a diligent search. They do many things and say, "Who shall see us?" Okay, so this is how these movies. You got Esau Edom trying to promote this is something cool for children. Okay, that is cool to lie to get where you want to be at, and basically this whole nation is built off of lies. So first we're gonna pull up John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are the father, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. This Yahawashi speaking. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. So they're built off lies. Their whole plan is to never tell the truth, to deny. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He is the father of lies. Okay, and basically, he's made these little children movies, tie in with destruction is coming, but not really warning you of the destruction. Okay, they're kind of like mocking it in a way. This is Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 10. And it reads, "Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood," which means that if you're withholding something that you see something and you don't point it out in the precepts and warn the people, then that blood is going to be accountable unto you, because this book, the Bible, is basically our sword. Okay, and we're supposed to be using these arrows, having the quiver, get the arrows in it is the precepts, the scriptures. So we use them so the blood will not be held accountable unto us. Now, when you get into this movie, before I pull up a couple more precepts, before we get into this, I want to look up the etymology of theater. Okay, we're gonna look that up real quick. kind of show you something. So etymology of theater. Theater, okay. Right. Theatron, Old French, okay. It means basically behold. See? So it goes back to the word behold, right? What's the root word of theater? Basically a place of seeing. So you're seeing something. You're being shown something. But they're not plainly putting it out there. So, us as the men of the Lord, we're coming to break that down and show you really what they're doing. They're actually warning. The Lord is actually using Esau, Edom to make movies like this to warn the children of the elect as well, to show you, hey, Armageddon's coming, okay? But you need the men of the Lord to break that down so you can get a clear understanding of why they're doing these movies like this. So we're going to go into the word theos, okay, which is like basically short for theater, okay? So when that, you look up theo or theatrical or theater, all right, or theoretical. It's not really, doesn't go back to theoretical, but it says derived from the ancient Greek word theos, which means God. See, power. So who's making the movies? The Lord. He's making these movies for the elect to see. Shalom, Yahawah, for tuning in. But he's making these movies to show even the children of the elect, whoever they may be, that danger is coming. Okay, because we know Armageddon is found in the scriptures, and they made this movie about 3 days ago, and about 3 days ago, who was at the summit? At the UN summit talking about the last war? We know it was the Ukrainian president. Okay, Vladimir Zelensky. Zelensky. Yeah, I think it's Zelensky or something like that. Can't remember how to say his name. Let me pull it up just to make sure, so I won't say his first name wrong. Ukraine. So they be putting this stuff. Yeah, Vladimir Zelensky. Yeah, okay. So that's his name. Okay, so basically, the Lord is showing through these movies, a warning, to those who are still asleep, those of the elect. And he's going to, because, it's ultimately about those 144,000 being sealed, but he's going to send warnings also to the children as well. Okay, and this movie's showing like there's a warning coming. He's showing, behold, there's something finna come. Can you really see past what's being shown in front of you? So when you go over here into the movie, right? Well, the movie, I went, Lord put the spirit on me, go ahead and watch it. But basically, it's based off of this guy, okay? And he has a whole digital world, and the kid likes video games. The son likes video games. Now, this guy's whole idea is to basically hack everything in the world and make it to where you can't get in your car, you can't get in your house, you can't get, and you can't use your cell phone unless you beat something on this game to get access to your stuff. Okay? And basically that's showing you, just like it says in the scriptures in Revelation, okay, they're basically showing you this is what's coming, that mark of the beast, the Charagma. Okay? That's what they're basically saying in this movie. Because it was saying that nobody could access nothing unless they played this guy's game for a minute after he hacked the whole world with this Armageddon code, right? So it's just like when Esau Edom implements this C-hip, and he implements this C-hip, the mark of the beast, and the Charagma, okay, the grain of rice you got to buy and scan to get in your right hand or your forehead to scan to get in wherever you go or go to work or be able to be part of society. That's basically where this is coming back to. It's all coming back to the scriptures. All these movies that they do is basically the Lord saying, well, if you didn't see this, if you can't spiritually see what's going on in this movie, then you're not of the elect, and you're going to get caught up in the danger. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, as many of us know, and he calls it all small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which means charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead. Is going to be an incision. Okay, it's going to be surgical. Right? Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? Here is wisdom. Let he that have understanding count the number of the beast, for is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. Like basically, they're gonna put a barcode in your body so they can read you. Okay, you're gonna be their cattle. Okay, that's what the Lord said. He's gonna separate the sheep and the goats. You know, Yahawashi said to the Pharisees, "Rend unto me what's Caesar's, and rend unto me what's the Most High's." That's what he's doing right now, and he's. You know, we have that eye salve, which is in Revelations chapter 3, verse 18, that spiritual eyesight to see what's really being said in these movies. Okay, because it's the Lord saying, hey, you're not going to have no excuse. Because I'm showing you Armageddon is coming. I'm putting it in the children's movies. I'm putting it in the mainstream news media. All this kind of stuff is happening around the same time. So this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, both cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate and destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, and that's what's coming, man. This is going to come to a very, very dangerous time. Okay, now I want to point out something as well. You know, this is something as well to show the people that are making these movies are the ones who are controlling the media. So they want this stuff to be seen. They want, and the Lord is ultimately controlling them, but they want this stuff to be seen, okay? Because this world is ran off of money, power, and religion. So I want to point, you know, which is in false doctrine, false religion, false doctrine. So I want to point this out before I keep going into the video about this movie. So Revelation chapter 16, verse 13, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. The dragon is basically the Roman Empire, okay? And out of the mouth of the beast, the system, okay, the 7-headed beast system, all ruled by Esau, Edom, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And the false prophet is basically the Vatican Church, okay? The Vatican, the Catholics, okay? Roman Catholic Church. That's the false prophet. Now we're gonna show you a couple things. Basically, those 3 evil spirits is the City of London Corporation Financial Power Center, okay, which started in 1067. The District of Columbia Military Power Center, which is 1871, and then the Vatican City Religious Power Center, which basically was created in 1929. They were put as a state. Those are those 3 evil spirits, okay, that are allowing and pushing this media, okay, to deceive the elect, okay, to think like this is a game, like this is just some fun little movie and it's a joke. No, this is really about to happen, okay, and they're even showing it to the children. That's why they got it in the headlines of movies. Verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils. Who are the devils? You saw them so-called white men, right, working miracles. What's those miracles? In this movie, it shows like this guy who takes over the whole world with this stuff. He has like a mirage to where if you don't have this, the children had to put these spy glasses on to really see what was being seen. But when they had him take it off, it looked like way more advanced. It looked way like it was blocks moving everywhere. When they put the glasses on, it just looked like a building and nothing was moving on it. Okay, or like when they seen like it'd be certain enemies they had to fight and they looked like skeletons, but when you put the glasses on, they just looked like robots. Okay, so that's what it was like. It was like an illusion that was broken by that spiritual eyesight, is basically what I got out of that, you know. But anyways, you know, they're working these miracles, you know, making these movies, making these virtual reality video games, making all these AI robots, curing cancer, paralytic people, making people see again. They're doing all these things, but they're of the Satan, man. They are the spiritual demon Satan, okay, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to battle of that great day of the Most High, okay, Almighty, okay, right? Verse 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keep his garments. What's the garments? It's truth. The understanding of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and what we need to be doing. Lest we walk naked, which means still sleep, 2/3, and they see his shame. And that's what it's like when you walking around, you don't have this truth. If you can't spiritually see it, you don't understand that these other nations are looking at you as, they're looking at you as like a joke, a shame. So verse 16, and he gathered them together into the place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. And they got straight in this movie they did 3 days ago when President Vladimir Zelensky sitting over there at the podium and the UN talking about it's finna be the end, the last war. Armageddon, man. And Armageddon is basically what they say in the Bible, but basically we call it World War III. That's what's coming, man. And really, World War Z is going to be the last one. And that's why they call this generation, Generation Z. Why? Because they the last ones to be reincarnated back into the earth for this battle, man. Okay? And you're going to be on one side or the other. So now, I want to get to Revelation. I'm going to pull up a couple more things, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about this movie, a couple other things that I've seen in it. So, Revelation 6 verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. That's talking about the mushroom clouds. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places. That's from the intercontinental ballistic destruction, man, from this world, from this war. Okay, but other things have to take place. The famine of the word, the MARK being made mandatory, the charagma, other things got to be taking place. But we know that these devils know they're pushing this out mainstream. They're pushing it out on social media. They're putting it in their movies. They're showing you things that are in the Hebrew. Okay, the Hebrew tongue is Armageddon. They putting it in children's movies. This is showing you that the end is very near. The Lord is finna bring great wrath. Okay, and I want to maybe read a little bit more. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and the bondmen, and the freemen hid themselves in dens in the rocks of the mountains. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be trying to go down their bunkers, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, from the wrath of the Lamb, which is Yahawashi. But we know the only way that we're going to survive this is through getting on them chariots, man. The so-called UFOs. That's the only way we getting out of here, man. Okay, and we have to make sure that we are on one accord with Great Millstone to make sure when that day of wrath comes, we don't act carnally in a situation we're supposed to act spiritually in. Okay, and it's coming. It's going to be real dangerous. So, shalom to everybody coming on the comment board. Yahawah is Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1. Come ye nations, hear to hear and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. See, he's even upon our nations, but only 2/3. Okay, but they're really a nation in themselves. But they're going to come back as Israelites in the kingdom. Okay, but he's got his indignation upon all nations. He even got his indignation. For a time being, he was on the elect. His indignation was on the elect. He turned his face from us. He let these devils do whatever they want to. Everybody has tasted the wrath of the Lord. That's what gives us fear. It says through the fear of the Lord we persuade men. Okay, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. See, they're finna get taken out. Their slain shall also be cast out, and their saints shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted their blood from them intercontinental ballistic missiles. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, just like it said in Revelation, right? It's over here in the Old Testament too, talking about the mushroom clouds, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree, from the fig tree. And that's the same thing that says in Revelation. It's the same thing. Okay, this was all the prophets knew it. This them telling the so-called white man, the Romans, okay, the Idumeans, the Edomites, they were telling them this. This is what Yahawashi and the prophets got killed for, man. That's what they put them to death for. Okay, because they were telling them their kingdom was falling, which it is right now. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, which is the other 16 nations. There's no getting out of it if you part of one of those nations, man. You through. Okay? That's it. And we seeing it all over the place, man. They're putting it in all types of different sources to show you the end is here. They're telling you in all different ways. So this is something else. Before I get into this precept, there was something in the movie that was kind of significant to me. Basically, what happened was the father had this Armageddon code, but he couldn't unlock the thing. Okay, he couldn't figure out how to break the code to like make it work. Okay, and his son was the one who ended up doing it. Okay, and making it to where it worked, to where whatever happened, right? Because I don't want to, talk too much about the movie, but it like just to show that they're putting the precepts in this thing. But basically, in this society, we're basically the babes. We don't have no money. We're at the bottom of the society. We're working for everybody else. We're doing stuff for everybody else. And that's kind of how it was in this movie. Like, his son was insignificant. Okay, and his father was like, don't go in my room, don't touch my stuff. You mess with my stuff, I'm gonna ground you and take all your video games. Like, but his son was really the one who cracked the code, figured out how to, do what the father was trying to do. So it's just, kind of resemblance to us in America, Babylon the Great. We're insignificant here, but we're the ones who receive the knowledge of the Lord and what's coming to be able to warn our people. So Matthew chapter 11, verse 25, at the same time Yahawashi answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent. See, that's how the father was. He was wise. He knew how to do stuff. He was the one who was a spy. They was hiding from their kids, their children the whole time. But what happened? Because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes. So somehow his son, even though he was insignificant to the rest of the world, and his father and all of them, because they were the spies, they had all the money, they had all the gadgets, right? And he didn't, and the children didn't know. But he still was the one to be able to unlock the Armageddon code. Okay? So, like, that's kind of how we are. We insignificant here. They don't think we about nothing, but the Lord is the one who gave us the codes to the eye salve to see in the spirit what's happening, man. So that's kind of like, what they're doing. That's how they're making these movies. They're making these movies by basically the scriptures. They don't have no inspiration, man. Everything's coming from the scriptures. So if you didn't hear one of the men of Great Millstone teaching in death, hey, you heard about this truth, because they're putting it in movies. The Lord's making it where everybody's going to be held accountable. Okay? But what are you supposed to be doing? Seeking the Lord. But we know that you can't come to this truth unless the Lord wants you to come to this truth. So basically, one more thing that I caught that was like they were like almost trying to like make it where it had like a twist, okay, to where it was like trying to make it seem like the Lord is wrong for what he's doing, like getting vengeance on Idumea, like it's a bad thing, okay, right? Because they're like at the end, the guy who says he wants to take over the world and make everybody use these computers or whatever that's he controls and makes everybody play these games. That's what Esau Edom wants you to do. He wants you to play his game. Okay? Okay, the C hit. He wants you to play his game, just like he does with the juice box. He wants you to play and buy in. Okay? So he's like, basically, he's like, well, in my world, I don't need these nuke codes. I can delete those. I can delete all the nuclear codes. Well, why would Esau put that out that he wants that to happen? Because he knows the intercontinental ballistic missiles is what's going to destroy him. He said he gonna die, but he said he gonna live. You say you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? That's what they say in the world. It says it in the scriptures. Okay, in Revelation chapter 13, verse 10, he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Okay, in the same way in Numbers, they talk about whoever sheds the blood of the land, their blood must be shed. So Esau Edom wants to take back, puts this view out here to the children coming into the earth, because their plan is to try to get rid of Israel and try to have these new children on the earth have this mindset of like, oh, we'll just be kind to everybody, and like that's how the movie ended. It ended real cheesy, like I knew it would, but I was looking for the point of it. But they like try to go in there and be all best friends with the bad guys, and the bad guys was like, yeah, we're gonna be great friends. No, Esau Edom isn't like that, man. He's the devil. He's gonna be a devil forever. He's never going to change. So this is my last precept, and then I'm out. So I gotta get to work. But they trying to get our children to have this mindset of Esau Edom can change if you just be nice to him or something. Like, no. Okay? He's never going to be not wicked. He's going to be wicked forever. Okay? So this is Proverbs 26 verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart, man. 7 abominations. He's perfectly wicked. And when you go back and you look up, this is the same thing. Basically, hold on. Yeah, in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16, what does he say? He says, these 6 things doeth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. And this is all the things that Esau Edom does. You cannot. This man is not going to change, man. He has to be destroyed. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Right? And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. They do. Feet that swift and running into mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies. They've been accusing the elders and apostles of great millstones since the last time we can remember, man. Okay? They've been accusing the prophets of the Lord and the men of the Lord and the believers of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So much that they took his name and everything, changed the faces and everything. And he that soweth discord among brethren. Right? So these are the things that make Esau Edom perfectly wicked. That's what 7 means, perfection. He's perfectly wicked. He does all these things all day, and he can't sleep unless he calls somebody to fall, man. That's one more I want to pull up. And then I'm out. This is all they do all day. Just like all we do is think about worshiping Yahawashi. This is how we think about worshiping Yahawashi. This is all they do. Is think about worshiping Satan and they self and demonic energy, man. And getting Israel to go off. That's so their only job in life is to get us to go off, man. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. See, the Lord won't even let them sleep, man, unless they do something wicked. That's how wicked they is, man. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause them to fall. So they can't even sleep, man. They can't even sleep unless they do their job and be wicked. So what do you think they're doing? They're not sleeping, man. They're being wicked, man. They're being wicked all day. And even the ones that try to act like they ain't, they're being fucking wicked. I'm trying to tell you. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the flock. Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. Want to give all praises to Yahawah, Yahawashi. Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, be part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and is striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5 and is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5 verse 42. Wa abab abal. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to just put it on my children's video. I have a couple youngins. They've been watching them and it's been edifying them. So I've been trying to stick with, doing a little bit of both. Sticking with the news and then also kind of breaking down some of the strongholds of some of these movies, man, because our children are perceiving them wrong, and there's people who maybe see it and be, I gotta know somebody, young age probably thought this was cool, and now I can show them like, hey, this is a warning. Okay, this is something finna happen to the world, and you got to be ready too. So it's like the children, like, we try to be, gentle with them, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you gonna have to see this too. You gonna have to go through this too. So you're gonna have to, be strong. All of us got to be strong, because it's gonna come to that point where, hey man, all we gonna have is Yahawashi break. That's all we gonna have. We ain't gonna have there ain't no game plan. All we got is faith in Yahawashi, and then you just gotta endure. So Lord willing, this edifying to the flock. Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.